Hi, I'm Carla van Welsum and this video is about how does self-compassion affects self-esteem. There is a new label. It's called the better than average effect. Do you know who identifies with this label? Almost everyone in the US. Most people think that they are above average and better than others on almost every trait. That's what research shows. It's true and it's sad. Imagine what happens when our self-esteem, self-respect, and validation of self depends on measuring ourselves against others. I am better than you, and that really makes me happy. Wow. Social comparisons and competitions stimulate disconnection when we mark our territory and overpower potential rivals. The developing result is that we feel more separate from others, which is in complete opposite of our basic need to be loved and to belong, of our need to get more respect. When I speak to parents, individually or in groups, I always implore them, please do not compare or encourage constant competition in children. Because when competition prevails in relationships, sooner or later they will end in disconnection. Think about sibling rivalry. When it excessive, it becomes a lifelong problem. Another problem that often arises is when we lose. We tend to be highly self-critical. We might even feel crushed. Our whole being feels out of it. The power of criticism is so strong that we might even give up prematurely when we only fear disappointment or when we are faced with disappointments and challenges. Our self-concept becomes deeply stressed. Have you noticed that larger societal problems such as isolation, loneliness, or prejudice, which are basically based on a lack of safety, are tied to this kind of self-esteem based on competition? So, how can we help ourselves if we are part of this construct? By practicing self-compassion, by thinking about what compassion and self-compassion really are, and by knowing why practicing self-compassion has such a positive advantage for our well-being. What does self-compassion do for us? We value ourselves with warmth and understanding as we would comfort a friend. It is the same compassionate attitude we have, or at least most of us have, toward a friend who has failed at something. We want the best for him or her or them. Then we acknowledge that we deserve this kind of care as much as anybody else on this planet deserves it. It is good to know that self-compassion lowers anxiety levels, while self-esteem does not impact anxiety at all. That makes you think. Self-esteem is more a mental concept, the product of thoughts, while self-compassion is more related to the heart and the emotions. In addition, self-compassion is a great motivator for well-being because it includes the desire to diminish suffering, to heal, to thrive, and to be happy. It is that kind of happiness that is not related to the results, but to the essence of the person, the core. When we consider someone's experiences as a part of a larger human existence, by bringing relativism through a mindful attitude, boom! Everything changes. The effect of being kind and understanding toward oneself in instances of pain or failure, rather than being harshly self-critical and judgmental, will make life a whole lot easier. It is helpful to shine a kinder, different type of light on our mistakes that have made us feel so uncomfortable. As some enlightened entrepreneurs say, there are no mistakes or failures, only challenges with opportunities for learning and growth. How nice would it be if school teachers would evaluate the learning results for our students in this way? How much less stressful would the school experience be for children, but also for parents who feel the need to comply with the system if they want the best for their children, trying to achieve the best in order to be eligible to get into a good, better, or best college. Oh, how many childhoods have been sacrificed to that. Back to self-compassion. It is a way of taking care of ourselves. If we only give others compassion, we might become empty on the inside. Our own needs need to be met first before we can give to others. Therefore, mental health professionals need to heal themselves first before they can treat others. When we feel empty, we easily become resentful and lose touch with ourselves. Burnout, depression, all that is possible. Luckily today there's so much attention given to emotional self-care, so different from a few decades ago. To stop being self-critical and judgmental creates so much more, as does the awareness to better oneself, to practice love and kindness. We open the door to resilience and love. It is the same thing with grumpy, difficult people that we can run into. They can't be loving and friendly because they don't feel it. They don't have it. They might have never received love and kindness. Isn't that sad? Well, let's use it as extra encouragement for us to be compassionate with others and ourselves. Here are 3 examples to do if you want to practice more self-compassion. 1, and you can pause the video. Write a letter to yourself and take the perspective of being a compassionate friend, so you can imagine that you are this other person. Ask yourself, what would a compassionate and kind friend say to me right now? Later, come back and read the letter and receive it from yourself. 2, write down your self-talk. If you are self-criticizing because your jeans didn't fit or you said the wrong thing in the wrong situation and another situation, write down the self-critical words that come to mind, and then ask if you would ever say these words to a friend. Probably not. What would a friend say? And number 3, develop a self-compassion mantra. I have many for you. But here is the self-compassion professor Kristin Neff. She developed for herself. Beautiful. This is a moment of suffering. Suffering is part of life. May I be kind to myself in this moment. May I give myself the compassion that I need. If you would like more affirmations and tools for self-compassion, subscribe here or follow me, and I would be happy to share them with you. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.